So, oh man. So how we met? Gosh, how do I even begin this? Okay, we were both part of the ministry Call to Greatness, and in the summer they have like, you know, just summer activities for people that are still in here. So one of the events that we did was a video scavenger hunt.
There was a video scavenger hunt one evening. That's where I met Lindsay.
Basically, you got split up into teams, and they each had like a list of things that you have to video and then get back as fast as you can.
One of the things on the list was to propose in a public place.
And so of course, I'm like the guinea pig that gets chosen for that.
So when about 30 minutes after we started, the time came.
And I don't know him, I've never seen him around before. And he's like this dweeby kid. So we see the bourgeoisie pig, and like there's seating outside and people are sitting there. We're like, that's public, all right, go.
I grabbed my buddy Trent's ring, and it was a man-sized wedding band, and I got down on one knee. I said some random things that were incoherent and didn't make sense.
Andrew, this kid, just takes my hand, and like we're just like so awkward. Will you marry me? And I was just like, yeah, sure.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
She said yes, and then he got up, had an awkward hug, gave her the ring, and then a bunch of people cheered, and it was really awkward. And then thinking to myself, it would be really ironic and funny if I ended up marrying her, actually. Just gradually, we started to get to know each other, spending more time. Eventually, we had a few times we were just hanging out alone.
We were friends, we were casual friends, like that whole, like for I think 3 more years. He was always like a little brother to me. And then, I don't know what happened. Boy grew up, boy got some good hair, and like I think that fall, slowly but surely, he like transitioned in my mind from being like little brother to like, oh, I kind of like him. And I was like, wow, like he has a really good character. Like he is an amazing man of God. And so then we got closer that fall. And that fall I got accepted into the Disney College program for the spring. And I was kind of sad. But then right when I left, he was like, I hope you find your Prince Charming and like get married at the castle. And I was like, what the heck is like that comment? Like, what is that supposed to mean?
As soon as she left, I started realizing that I really enjoyed her and liked her, and that had a lot of potential to make that into a relationship.
Ever since I had met him, he put in his phone that I was his fiance.
I never actually put people's real names in my phone as their real name. I made something up and thought it was funny. And eventually I kind of started reassessing this as I was texting her and calling her, you know, while she was in Disney. And I was like, this isn't appropriate. It can't be a joke if I actually want that to be a reality. So I changed it.
And so he screenshotted something to me, and I noticed that my name wasn't fiance anymore, and I was like, what up with that?
And she was like, wait a second, why is it my real name? I wanted to be straight with her and frank with her.
And he's like, well, when I wrote that, you know, it was because it was funny, it was like how we met, and I enjoyed it, but I never thought that when I wrote that, it could someday become a reality.
In hindsight, maybe it would have been nice to let her down a little bit easier.
And I was like, what?
She was quite taken aback.
And he was like, do I need to clarify or are we good? And I'm like, no, we're not good. So we waited until I got back from Disney in August, and I got back, and
I ended up asking her out on a date, and we started dating from there.
he was like, hey, so when can I take you on our first date? And then after that, we started dating on August 15th, 2014. So then we dated for about a year and a few months. And we took a trip out to California to visit my friends Morgan and Anthony.
But then we started planning this trip to San Francisco for a little more. I was like, hey, that would be a great place to propose.
We were just having a day exploring San Francisco, and the last thing that we were doing was going to the Golden Gate Bridge.
And so my plan was we'll be by the Golden Gate Bridge on the beach, and we'll just start to take photos together because Lindsay loves doing that. And then I'll just pull out the ring and drop down on one knee, and she'll probably jump out of her skin, but it'll be okay.
And then she's like, okay, let's take pictures of you and Andrew. And we're like, okay, cool. So we're doing a bunch of different poses. We do a pose, and she's like, oh, Andrew, you should do like the Titanic pose. And I'm like, that's stupid, but we're silly people, we'll do it. So I like, you know, do like that, and then he's like holding my waist, and then she's like, Andrew, you're too tall, you need to get down. And so then he gets down on one knee, but like my back's to the camera, and I'm like, okay, this is stupid, this is silly, let's, whatever. So I turn around and I like go to pull him up and he doesn't get up.
Yeah, so got down on one knee, and then she was like, wait a second, get up. Get up, why aren't you getting up?
And I'm like, what are you doing? Get up. And he's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, what? and then he just like stares at me for a few seconds, and then he like pulls out this box, and I'm like,
and then I pulled out the ring, and she just was stunned.
And then I proceeded to freak out for about 10 minutes.
And I waited about, 2-3 minutes before I said something, because I wanted her at least to try to remember it. But I was so nervous that I don't even remember what I said.
He goes, I'm gonna wait till you're done freaking out so you can hear what I have to say. So after my freak out, then he said all the sweet things and he proposed.
Yeah, so I asked her to marry me and she said yes, and then it was another probably like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of just absolute, she was just in so much shock. I'm looking forward to the wedding because I'm gonna get married.
I'm excited for our wedding to walk down the aisle and see him at the end. I think that's just like the image that's always been playing in my mind, and I'm excited for it to be here. And so that's really exciting.
I'm quite excited and a little scared, but I really am excited to step into that fully and experience that with her. So that's what I'm excited about.
And I'm excited to dance with all my bridesmaids and all of our guests, and I'm excited to just like celebrate with friends and family and I don't know, start our lives together.
I'm excited to not have to drive to see her. I'm excited we're gonna be living together. It's so much more convenient.
I am excited for life after the wedding with Andrew to just, I don't know, like be roommates with my best friend and my husband.
I'm excited to be able to, just with that time, be able to do so much more with her, to experience all of life with her.
Andrew, I am beyond excited to get to marry you so soon, and you just have made me the happiest girl in the world. The way you treat me and love me with God's heart, and the way you care, and just your heart for people, and your heart to serve the world just makes me feel like the happiest girl in the world to marry you. And I can't wait for our life together, to travel together and have babies eventually. And I am just so excited to wake up next to you every single morning. And I can't wait.
Lindsay, I love your personality and who God's made you to be. It's so fiery and fun and exciting and sincere and tender at the same time. I can't wait to marry you, and sometimes I'm struck by just the sheer wonder of the fact that I'll spend the rest of my life with you, but it doesn't leave me nervous. It makes me so excited. I've loved every minute of our relationship, and I can't wait until it's so much more. I love you.
I love you. Okay, we're done.